Welcome back aspirants on MacTech 40, and today we will solve one question of Indian Forest Service exam mains question 2018. Okay, I have gone through 2019 paper also, but the subject, our continuous subject is that is RAC. We will continue of RAC subject. Okay, I have gone through 2019 paper, but there are two questions. One is very theoretical, you can easily solve. Okay, and one that is a 20 marks question on the VCR cycle ammonia based, and I have already done this lecture, and I have made a video on that, our lecture number 3, I think. Yes, our lecture number 3 of the same numerical but with different data. Okay, so no need to do this again and again, and otherwise it will be repetition. So I have decided to go for 2018's paper. Okay, so I have found one very good question, that is clear all the concept of fundamentals of RSC. But before we start, there is one announcement. As we have seen, that is GATE 2021 notification as well as schedule is already came, and UPSC also has released their schedule. So as per the timetable, GATE exam is coming first, and after that 6 months there is ESC and IFS. Okay, so one of my viewers requested that go for GATE. Okay, so I have decided that in 4 days of a week we will do GATE problem. Okay, correct. And remaining 3 days, in one first day we will do mains question. It may be IAS or IFS. Okay, okay, again let me write here what is the schedule. That is, there are 7 days in a week. Okay, so I have divided that days in two parts, 4 days and 3 days. Okay, so in this 4 day we will solve GATE problem. Okay, and these 3 days remaining we will cover 3. Here we will solve mains question. It may be from civil service, IAS exam or forest service. Okay, one day we will solve ESE question. Okay, and the remaining, the last day, that is on Sunday. On Sunday we will do a state exam paper solution. So whatever the question, not all the MCQs, but the MCQ that is really worth or some having like a constant value that you have to mug up. So at the this type of question we will do, or static GK. Okay, so state exam paper or static GK. Okay, so this is the plan, and today is the Thursday, and today's date is 20th August, and we will this start from Monday. Okay, so Monday to Thursday GATE, Friday IAS or IF forest service, Saturday ESE, and Sunday state exam paper or static GK paper. Okay, so 20th August today, and this is Thursday. Okay, but this we will start from Monday. So we have now 3 days, sorry, 4 days. Okay, 20th August, 21st August Friday, 22nd Saturday, and 23rd Sunday. Okay, so today and tomorrow we will solve Indian Forest Service exam question, and 22nd and 23rd we will solve civil service exam question, and the subject will remain same, because this will cover. Otherwise after some time we have to again come back for the RAC. Okay, so that from next Friday and Thursday we will start new subject. Okay, so this is the announcement. I hope you all the understand this. So let's start. This question is probably the one of the good question that I have found in forest service exam. Here what we have to solve two questions. One is based on reverse Carnot cycle and one is our VCR cycle. So what the question says, that is, a refrigeration plant operates on the reverse Carnot cycle and the saturation temperature in the condenser and evaporator is 40 degrees Celsius and minus 5 degrees Celsius respectively. The volumetric efficiency of compressor and expander is 100% each. That means no any loss of volume. And so we have to find these four things: refrigeration effect per kg of refrigerant, the COP, compressor displacement per kilowatt refrigeration effect, and network input. Okay, the four thing, and also calculate the corresponding, that means this four, for simple vapor compression cycle, and assuming no superheating either at inlet or exit of the compressor. That means all are under subcool and no subcooling also. That means all are in the wet region also. All this process will be in that wet region, and show this cycle on TS diagrams. When we have to explain one region, that why the practice of throttle valve is used in vapor compression rather than expander in cylinder. Okay, and this is the property table for VCR cycle is given. So I have already drawn. So first of all we will solve reverse Carnot cycle. Okay, so this is the basic TS and PV diagram of the Carnot cycle, reverse Carnot cycle. Okay, and here from the PV diagram you can see in all the process 4 to 1, that is a refrigeration, 1 to 2, that is compression work, 2 to 3 condensation, 3 to 4 expansion. In all this process there is pressure change and volume change, so we are getting work in all these four process, but the compression ratio is same. Okay, so whatever by V1 by V2 is same as V4 by V3. Okay, compression ratio is same, so whatever the work done from the compression is we are getting back as a expansion. So this work will both will cancel out each other in numerical value. Okay, so first of all we have to find what is the refrigeration effect. So refrigeration effect, that is amount of, and this is 4 to 1, this is 4 to 1 is our refrigeration process. Here we are getting refrigeration effect in evaporator. Okay, so QE amount of heat is added. Now this is constant temperature, or you can say that isothermal process. So for isothermal process internal energy change is 0, so whatever amount the heat transfer, that will equal to work done for isentropic, sorry not isentropic, is isothermal process. So for isothermal process we can write as a P4V4 ln V1 by V4. Okay, but here assume as a idle gas, so PV is equal to, we can write MRT1, but here we have to find per kg, so we will take M as a 1, R into T1, and T is what, evaporation temperature, ln V1 by V4. Now look at here, compression ratio is constant, V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V3, compression ratio is equal to expansion ratio. So I can take V4 on the denominator and V2 on the numerator, so I can write V1 by V4 is also same as V2 by V3, and it will be same as compression ratio. Okay, so I can write here compression ratio. But how to find compression ratio? Because we have given temperature limit, so that means condenser temperature upon evaporation temperature is equal to compression ratio raised to gamma minus 1, because this is adiabatic process, isentropic. So we have all this value Tc, that is the condenser temperature, and the condenser temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. So convert into Kelvin, we will get 313 upon 268 Kelvin is equal to compression ratio raised to gamma is equal to 1.4, gamma minus 1.4. So when you solve this, we will have compression ratio as 1.16. Okay, sorry, compression ratio as a 1.45 compression ratio. Okay, so put this value in this here, so we will get evap QE, that means amount of refrigeration effect, which will be same as the work done in evaporator, that is R into evaporation temperature, RT ln compression ratio. So R is what for air? It is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Temperature, evaporator temperature is -5 degrees Celsius. So convert into Kelvin, 268 into ln 1.45. So just solve this. You will get 28.53 kilojoule per kg. Okay, when you solve this in your calculator, per kg effect, because in question they have asked per kg. So this is answer of our first question. Okay, refrigeration effect. Second is COP. As you know, this work on the reverse Carnot cycle. So COP is only dependent on temperature. So COP for refrigeration cycle is given by evaporation temperature minus divided by temperature difference of condenser and evaporation temperature. Here take the evaporation temperature in Kelvin, that is 268 Kelvin or -5 degrees Celsius, and the temperature difference, that is 40 minus -5, that is 50 degree temperature difference. Sorry, 40 minus plus 5, that is 45 degree. 45 degrees Celsius temperature difference. So when you solve this, you will get COPS 5.95. This is your Carnot COP. Okay, remember this. We have to use later in this question also. Okay, next is that compressor displacement per kilowatt of refrigeration effect. Here compressor displacement is 1 to 2. This is a compression process, and 4 to 1 also. Okay, because here in, as you know, Carnot cycle in two stage there is a compression. Okay, two stage compression. So 1 to 2, here nothing about the mention about the pressure, so we will take displacement in terms of compression ratio. The compression ratio represent the our volume displacement. So we have already found a compression ratio, that is 1.45. so this is already answer. Last is the net work input per kg of refrigerant. Okay, so net work input, as I have told you, how much amount of work we have to put, that is the, and from PV diagram you can see in all the process we are getting some work, or we are getting, or we have to add, or we have to do some work. So net work is given by work for 4 to 1, work from 1 to 2 for first law of thermodynamics, because cyclic process net is 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and work done for 4 to 1. Okay, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, sorry, not 4 to 1, that is 3 to 4. And I hope you know all this 1 to 2, that means our notation: 1 to 2 compression, 2 to 3 condensation, 3 to 4 expansion, and 4 to 1 evaporation. So in, and as I told you, 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 for reverse Carnot cycle, these are the same because they are working on the same compression ratio. So compressor work will be the whatever the work we have given to the system as a compression work, we will get recovered as a expansion work in expander. Okay, so they will cancel out each other, not zero, they will cancel out each other. So we have two value for okay. So 4 to 1, that is in condensation process. Here 4 to 1, sorry, not condensation, 4 to 1 evaporation, and 2 to 3 condensation. Okay, and both these are isothermal process. So work done can be represented, 4 to 1 is R into temperature of evaporation ln compression ratio. Here in our case, this is we are getting work. Okay, we are adding some work, so we have to negative, plus we are getting as a work from condensation 2 to 3. Okay, so R T E, sorry, this much amount of work added to the system, that is negative, and RTE, R here not TE, that is a condensation temperature. So we have to take condensation temperature into compression ratio. because v1 by v2 v1 by v4, and here will come v2 by v3. As I earlier explained you, it will remain as the same as a compression ratio. So when you take this, so R value will be constant 0.287, and what is the this temperature? Condensation temperature is 313 ln. Compression ratio is 1.45 minus evaporation temperature 268 Kelvin ln 1.45. So when you solve this, you will get net work as 4.84 kilojoule per kg of refrigerant. So this is the answer of fourth question. Hope you guys understand, because these are the very not usual, because in all the exam they are asking VCR, and but here they ask for reverse Carnot cycle. So this is very good question, because it will check your fundamentals whether you have studied this first chapter or not. Okay, now we will go for VCR cycle, our regular VCR cycle. So what are the, and we will find all that four things, that is compressor work, okay, refrigeration effect per kg, COP, as well as compressor volume displacement. Okay, so first we will follow our three step. First is draw TS and pH diagram. So this is our TS diagram, and this is our pH diagram. This is saturation line, and there is no, yes, this is the state 1 and this is state 2, and because there is no superheating at the entry or exit of the condenser, and this is the straight line. This is point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. One question in GATE has also been asked that if the expansion process is isenthalpic, if we change this process from isenthalpic to isentropic, so what will the change in the system, whether the COP increase or decrease? Okay, so you have to answer me in the comment section also. What will be the answer, COP increase or decrease? Okay, so this is the process. So we have drawn TS and pH diagram for all the process. Here the 40 degrees Celsius condenser temperature and minus 5 degrees Celsius evaporation temperature, and here enthalpy of H3 is equal to H4, and it is at the fluid enthalpy. And in the question it is also given that, yes, this all the points, saturation pressure, enthalpy, and here F and G, that means F for saturated liquid and G for saturated vapor. Okay, so I will not again tell repeatedly that enthalpy at saturation vapor. I will tell Hg, you have to understand. Okay, and the enthalpy of vaporization, that is HFG, the difference between Hg minus HF, difference between Hg minus HF. Okay, now find the temperature and the situation at all the point, whether it may be dry, saturated or not. So we have all the point, temperature we have found. Okay, now 2, 3, 4 we know condition. 4 is in wet region, but we have enthalpy, no worry, but we are worrying about point 1, it is in liquid vapor region. So what will be the dryness fraction? First we have to find, and this is isentropic process, so entropy of 1 is equal to entropy of 0.2, that means before and after compression the entropy will remain same. So H2 is equal to S1. H2 is what? Entropy of the system at 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, but it should be saturated vapor, Sg, that is 1.5405. I'm writing here first. H2 is what? Entropy of saturated vapor at 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, and S1 is what? Entropy at -5 degrees Celsius. It is in liquid vapor region. So Sg at 40 degrees Celsius is equal to Sf. That means entropy of liquid, because it is a mixture, liquid vapor. So entropy at liquid -5 degrees Celsius plus X times Sfg. Sfg, that means enthalpy of evaporation at -5 degrees Celsius. So entropy at 40 degrees Celsius is 1.5405 is equal to Sf, that is 0.9831. 0.9831 plus X into the difference between the enthalpy of vapor and liquid, that is 1.5571 minus 0.9831. So when you solve this, you will get dryness fraction as in your calculator is 0.97. This is your dryness fraction. Now find the enthalpy at all the points. This is the final step of our. So H1 is HF at -5 degrees Celsius plus X into HFG at -5 degrees Celsius. So HF at -5 degrees Celsius is 195.395 plus dryness fraction is 0.97 into temperature difference is 349.32. 349.32, sorry, not temperature difference, this is the enthalpy difference, minus 195.395. So when you solve this in your calculator, you will get 344.70. 344.70 kilojoule per kg specific enthalpy. And in our question it is also asked in per kg. H2, it is the enthalpy of vapor, saturated vapor, okay, at 40 degrees Celsius. So H2 is equal to, in from table, that is 367.15 kilojoule per kg. All these value are given in question. And enthalpy at 0.3 is same as enthalpy at 0.4. It is equal to enthalpy of liquid at 40 degrees Celsius, and it is 238.535 kilojoule per kg. Okay, so we have find all the enthalpy and points. So now let's solve remaining question, and it is now very easy. First of all, refrigeration effect per kg of refrigerant, that is enthalpy difference H1 minus H4, specific enthalpy difference. So put the value, it is 344.70. I am not showing you in the diagram because we are doing RAC since last week, and hope you also studied in your BTech program. So till now you have clear what is the, where is 0.1 and 0.4 and what is the difference. Okay, so minus 238.535 and it is 106.16 kilojoule per kg. Okay, this is the refrigeration effect, our first answer. Next is COP. COP we can find as a enthalpy difference, specific enthalpy difference here, H1 minus H4. This is the refrigeration effect upon H2 minus H1 compressor work. Okay, this is input and this is our output, H1 minus H4 refrigeration effect. Refrigeration effect we have just found 106.16 upon enthalpy difference. H2 is 367.15 kilojoule per kg minus H1, that is 344.70. When you solve this in your calculator, you will find COP as 4.72. Okay, now just look at our Carnot COP. Carnot COP is 5.95 and it is our 4.72. So this indicates that the actual VCR cycle has less COP than reverse Carnot cycle, and reverse Carnot cycle has maximum COP. So if your answer coming greater than the reverse Carnot COP, then there must be a mistake. Okay, so that is for verification that I have told you. The third one is compressor displacement, and here compressor displacement is what? How much amount of volume displaced. So volume change is what? How much amount of volume displaced, that is the volume, specific volume at the compression and specific volume after the compression. So this much amount of volume that you have to displace the compressor. So take the difference of the volume, and when you take the difference of the volume is 46.793 meter cube per kg. This much amount of volume should be, this is a swept volume of the cylinder. Okay, and if there is a D and L ratio is given, then we can, and RPM is given. Okay, so we can find the diameter size of the compressor. Okay, the final is compressor work per unit kg. So that is H2 minus H1. So we have already this value 367.15 minus 344.70. So just take the difference, you will find 22.45 kilojoule per kg. Okay, so this is the answer of all our question. Now one question is remaining, why we are using expansion device capillary or any other thing, why we are not using expander. So the reason is, this is the refrigerant at the exit of the condenser is in vapor state. Okay, if you use expander, okay, then due to the pressure difference it will come into liquid state, that is true, but the enthalpy difference you can see that is very small. If you go for isentropic expansion, this is like this. So there must be like this. So there is some increase in COP. Okay, I have already given the answer for the questions, don't worry. Okay, the question that I've asked earlier, that I have given the answer, so don't worry. So here in case it will go like this. Okay, 4 point will come like here. So there is enthalpy change, but this enthalpy change is very small. This here, and H3 is equal to H4, but in if you use expander, that H4 will be less than H3. So this enthalpy change is very small compared to our total refrigeration effect. So we will get some work, but it will not be justiciable. Okay, and the use of expander and to get some work and convert into some converter. Okay, so that is very hectic. And if there is a pressure drop, okay, somewhere here, and blades are also getting corroded because vapor to liquid state, because refrigerant may be of halogen type. Okay, it may be freon series and ammonia series also there. Okay, so for different refrigerant, different compressor, different types of expander that we have to use, so it will be, the initial cost is more. Okay, and the COP increase, that will be very small compared to our initial cost. Okay, so and the system will become very complicated. So in the in answer of your mains exam, you have to write, if we use expander, then work generated by the expander is very less, and it can be neglected compared to compressor work, and the initial cost associated with this installation of expander is not uh, relatable to COP because of very less increase in COP. Okay, so this is the answer. Hope you guys understand. Okay, because there is some new concept of this reverse Carnot refrigeration. Okay, hope you guys understand. Tomorrow we will solve another question. Okay, so stay tuned. Till then, keep studying, stay focused.